Good. Hang on. Let me get my clock going.
Because we follow the clock.
Well, you know, it's good to have...
It's a good indicator of when we can say screw it.
It lets them know, why have I been watching this so long? Okay, so where are we at, Devin? Besides the Cabana. We're doing Down the Cabana Hole.
Oh, yeah. Episode...
I have no idea. It's 50-something.
57, maybe?
You brought some meat. I'm going to need some other
Forks.
stuff to go with this, too. Oh, glasses.
Glasses, forks.
Man.
This is episode 57.
More booze.
Did you already
Tuesdays.
drink too much?
Tuesdays are rough on me, man.
Dude.
Because, just... What have we got?
Wow.
Who's our sponsor today, Devin?
Our sponsor is Henry McKenna.
Henry McKenna.
So I was just reading this, and in 1837, a young man from Ireland, known for his remarkable whiskey, moved to America with his family. And he fell in love with bourbon. So he took his Irish whiskey, like leanings, and made bourbon. So this has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Established in 1855. And this is hard to find here in Oregon. And I found this.
Because we had just become a state, you know, when he was making this.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
So I found this summer in Juneau at Costco.
Oh. So, wait, it's made where?
It's made in Kentucky.
So it's Kentucky.
Yeah, bourbon.
In Oregon, found in Juneau, Alaska.
Yeah, I bought it in Juneau at Costco.
This world is an amazing thing.
And this is a bottled in bond, which means it's 100 proof along with some other things. And it's a 10-year single barrel.
Nice.
So, and it was bottled, or it was barreled on 5/22, which is next week.
Oh.
This was barreled the next week, and since I'm just making this up.
not 5/22 is not next.
Oh no, next month. Dang
next
it.
month.
Dang it. Anyways, of 2013. So
That's been around a while.
So this has been around a while.
Cool.
So let's open it up, shall we?
Let's shall something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab me some chips too to go with my meat.
Yeah, because
I know, Devin, and I'm sorry. I apologize.
What do we say in our house, Dana?
You see all kinds of stupid stuff.
Don't be sorry. Just don't do it.
Don't be sorry.
You know you're gonna have to say sorry. Don't do it.
Or just don't say sorry and do it anyway.
Yeah. Don't be sorry.
Okay, before I eat that, I gotta taste this.
So have you been drinking already tonight? Outside of your normal wine?
Yeah, that started at 2:30.
Jeez, Dana.
And then I had to do some work back here, and then I had dinner, and then Bill came over, and we were laying down some acoustic guitar tracks to a song, and so, you know, I needed something for that, and I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Smell?
Ooh.
Smells good.
It does. Hang on.
It's delicious.
That smells pretty darn
I
tasty.
wish I was good at like understanding the flavor notes. Yeah.
I'm lying.
I suck at that.
I smell something.
Apricot and
And a pinky up in the air. Yes, I approve. Thank you.
Quite tasty.
Thank you.
Now we need some forks.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's what I was going to get. I knew I was supposed to get something over here.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
The weapons of choice.
This is my...
Thank you.
You are quite welcome, sir.
This is my late night snack as well. And so what do you have in this olive oil?
My rub. My salt, pepper, garlic, onion,
Because I could see stuff.
paprika, yeah. And there's some on the steak as well.
All right.
So what's new besides the world going to hell in a handbasket?
That's what's funny. It's new, but it's the same old thing.
What's that?
Life. Nothing really changes.
Well, I don't know. Did we talk about my emergency trip to Hawaii?
I don't know. No, because that just happened.
Yeah, it did just happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's new.
Yeah, there you go. So, I do have a funny story.
Well, let's hear the story. Let's hear something funny.
No, let's start with the not funny.
Well, I mean, just, you know, my father-in-law had a little episode we had to hop on a plane for. A little health scare. So he seems to be somewhat okay, but he definitely has less breath than he used to have. He has to sit a lot. Like, I've noticed it for a few years when I would go there to like hang out or help him with projects. You know, 20 minutes work, sit down for 30 minutes. 20 minutes work, sit down for 30 minutes. But I think it might be worse now. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Age takes its toll, man.
Yeah, he doesn't take really good care of himself either. So,
I do.
I mean, when you never drink water except beer, probably not a good thing.
I drink a lot of water, actually.
Yeah, me too.
During the day, I drink water because I don't know how long ago it was. Because my wife, she drinks water by the gallons. Always. She and Jordan the same way. And I've just never been a water drinker. I thought, you know, your body does need water. It does run on water.
Yeah.
I should drink more water. So I started packing one of those big water jug things with me every day. And I just about get through it. I have to always stop and pee all the time, though. That's what I don't like about it.
Yeah.
I'm out working. Well, okay, I'm out doing bids.
Working.
Yeah. I move the ladder. I climb up on the roofs.
Sometimes.
When I forget my drone.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm sure that's a good thing. Especially since once I get back here, start doing office work out here in the bar while I'm in the bar. Do you hear that? Do you hear that noise? It's so annoying. I have an oasis back here. I don't need someone revving their engines. Anyhow, it's good to be hydrated. Remember when I was in South Sudan, helping build that school, Fred, guy from Kenya, he and I were out crushing rock with hammers, making the foundation. And the dude just did not drink anything at all. And I said, how do you do this? And you know, one, he's African. He's used to it.
Yeah.
But two, he said, at the end of the day, I drink all my water then, so we'd be at the Tukul in the evening and he's drinking lots of water at that point. But man, I just, out in the sun, crushing rock. I was thirsty. That was when I had the one of those cool little devices. It's got a couple of filters. Mm-hmm. One to get the soot, sediment, bug, dirt stuff. And then the other one is the ultraviolet to kill all of the germs and things. Yeah. And I remember they just had this water barrel thing. They didn't use the water for drinking water. It was for other stuff. And I would just dip it in. And day one, Chris, he looks at me and he goes, "You trust that thing, huh?" I said, "Yeah, it's supposed to work." He just kind of shook his head. "All right, good luck." And I never once got sick at all.
Nice.
It was awesome. Yeah, I highly recommend it. If you're going to be out, hiking or driving somewhere and you're going to be stranded because your car breaks down, that stuff is epic.
You know that when you're going to the beach on 26, and at the top there they have those water spigots.
Yeah.
And you always see everybody there like filling up their water.
I
Like,
know.
what's up with that?
I know.
I don't get that.
Every time someone's there filling up jugs, not just a little water.
No,
jugs.
Like 5-gallon jugs.
Like they can't get water at home.
Maybe they can't.
Oh, come on. This is Oregon. You can get water everywhere. Skinny even gets water. Okay, maybe not. Can we even see that? No, we can't even see that.
Can't
Oh
see
well.
Well, in Hawaii, you know,
Over on your side of the island where your property is?
Yeah.
That's the dry side, man.
no, it's in the middle. It's in the bottom.
Is it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But
Looks kind of desert-like to me.
in the town
Mm-hmm.
that's just west of Naalehu and Discovery Harbor, there's no running water there. People have land there, and they build houses. They have no running water. Like, I couldn't do that.
So they use a catchment system, right?
Or they go scavenge water from wherever in these big things. Like,
Do they like stand outside and just spoon the sweat off and then filter it?
maybe. And they have no, like, bathroom facilities, so there's, like, shit in their yard, and it's gross.
Yeah.
NG.
No bueno.
It's no good.
I remember skimming through this book. I almost bought it. I should have. This guy, his boat was wrecked at sea,
Okay.
and so he was adrift. I don't remember how many weeks.
Okay.
Just on the wreckage from his boat.
Yeah.
So he had nothing, but fortunately he did have the wherewithal and knew how to basically distill water from the sun, and he also caught it when it would rain. And he was catching fish with his hands, just eating them raw.
Wow.
Yeah. And I thought, boy, that's it.
That's a man.
I would have died.
Yeah, that's a man.
Yeah.
So you know that girl that sailed from Europe to the U.S., or maybe she sailed around the world? She was like a solo, like, teen girl.
Mm-hmm.
She sailed around the world or something like that.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
She had a desalinization plant on her boat. So she could just use ocean water.
Yeah, this dude was having to do it raw.
No thanks. If I was going like that, I would make sure I had one of those water.
Yeah. Yeah. Although that deal that I had in Africa, I don't think that would work.
No, that wouldn't.
It wouldn't get the salt out.
That wouldn't. But she
Yeah.
had a special desalinization device
Now I heard
on her boat.
that you can actually drink your urine.
I heard that you can, but you have
That
to.
it's actually very pure.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have enough fluid in you
I
to
know.
pee. So,
You're
like,
gonna run out.
yeah, like there's some diminishing returns, like electrical lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can just recycle the same pee over and over again. I don't think it works that way.
But I didn't realize that it was actually like germ-free or something like that. I've never tested it. I'm not going
I'm
to.
not going to. No,
I'm not into that kink.
No, thank you. Gross.
Mm,
Man, the steak is not bad.
yeah. So, you want to hear the funny one that happened? I've got a friend that he was bemoaning a bit the catching people and shipping them off, you know. He said, yeah, I agree with the criminals, you know, getting them out of here, that kind of thing. But his housekeeper or something like that, she got carted off. It's like, come on, man, she's not, I said, she's breaking the law. She's here illegally, right? Well, yeah, but she's not like a criminal. Well, she broke the law. She's here illegally. Yeah, but, and it's also just, man, shipping them off to this prison in El Salvador, and I said, is she in El Salvador? And he kept talking. I go, is she in an El Salvador prison? Well, no.
Okay then.
And I go, where is she? Guatemala. Where is she originally from? Guatemala. I said, okay then, I'm happy.
Yeah, you know, there's this, you know, that person that they shipped off to the jails that's supposedly not a criminal,
Well, the news keeps lying. They say how he was wrongfully deported. No, he was wrongfully deported to El Salvador. But he's El Salvadorian. That's where he's from. But some judge said, okay, we won't send you there because he said, well, I can't go there because of rival gangs. And I'm going, well, then why are these people saying he's innocent and he's not involved with gangs?
And if you're MS-13, the only way to like get in is to kill someone. So, I mean, listen, like, there should be a path to redemption, right?
Yeah.
So even if you were a murderer and you want to live
No.
on the straight and narrow,
No.
at some point...
No, you're executed. Every murderer should be executed.
Well, but that's not what the law says.
But that's the way it should be. Sorry.
All right.
You kill somebody, you get your life taken.
Well...
I got no problem with that. Obviously, I'm rather cavalier about it, aren't I?
In this case, yes.
Look, man, and this is the other thing that I told this dude. It's like, look, I have fudged the line throughout my life on some things. But on all of those, I'm willing to take the responsibility for my action.
If you get caught.
Yeah. You get caught, it's like, all right, yeah, you're right. I was wrong. I'm caught. Busted. Yeah.
I think there's a big difference between two gang members killing each other, murder, and like killing of innocents for no reason.
Yeah.
Like
The guy killing innocent people for no reason, he's worse.
He should die. Like, I'm not opposed to that. Like, oh, you want to be in this gang? Go kill this innocent person. Yeah, you should probably die. But if you're in the mafia and you screw up and you kill someone, like, yeah, I just don't care.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's bad. You should go to jail. But, like, I don't really care.
Well, it's funny because another person I was talking to said, how was it, because this dude that we're talking about, shipped to El Salvador, Well, but, because I read this article that was sent to me about how, he was an upstanding guy, this, that, and the other. It's like, yeah, the Green River Killer, I believe he was in Tigard, lived in Tigard, great guy, great husband, great father.
Everybody loved him.
And he also liked to kill hookers on the side.
Yeah.
You can be both things at the same time.
Yeah.
Look at like you said, the mafia.
Yeah. Remember that one mafia guy? He was like the sweetest guy. He had daughters. Everybody loved him. So sweet. And he would just put people in those metal barrels and, like weld it shut and throw them in the water so they drown.
Right.
Yeah. So they're, and strangle people to death.
Right.
Like,
what was that movie that I don't remember? It's a long time ago. Tom Hanks was in it, and he's just a sweet, playing the sweet, nice guy and everything. And then you see he's actually part of the, because it's a period piece, mafia type gang, and you see him do something really cold, and it's like, exactly. And it's very interesting, and I think guys have this ability to have, because we compartmentalize.
yeah.
We have this insane ability to be really good in this area,
And complete savages.
I'll cut your head off.
Complete
In
savage.
this area, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So don't give me that, oh, but he was a soccer coach, and I don't care.
Yeah, I'm very conflicted. I'm very conflicted about some of these things. This is quite delicious. I'm sad that this is the only bottle I have. My wife
Don't drink it all.
My wife told me today, you better set a budget.
Budget.
You have a napkin. I made a little mess here. I'd like to clean it up before the ants come.
Nah.
So in May, I'm going down with my buddy Greg to Flagstaff to this overlanding show. They have one here
overlanding?
Yeah, it's like when you like turn your truck into an overlanding fortress with tents and stuff and go out in the middle of nowhere and camp.
Oh, okay.
But they have lots of cool ideas on how to outfit your truck, right? So we like, you know, when I drove around the country, that's why I got those boxes and all that stuff, right? So
when you were running from the law?
yeah, when I was running from the law. 45 states in 39 days. No, 39 states in 45 days. But 8 days in Florida alone.
Well,
So, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, so it's a show. It's like all the vendors come and they show off all their products and they have some demos and.
okay,
Go ahead, you finish it.
one more.
No, you finish it.
No, you can have
I
that
ate a
last
lot.
one.
I ate a lot. Anyway, so we're driving down to Flagstaff. So that'll be fun, right? Just having a little road trip. 2 days down, 1 day in Flagstaff at the show, and then 2 days home.
Cool.
On the way home, we're driving through Vegas. And there's a liquor store in North Vegas, which I've seen on a video. And they have so much stuff, and it's not overpriced. So like lots of stuff that we can't get here.
Huh.
So I'm like checking the list of all the things that I want, and Christina's like, "You better set a budget."
It's like Santa checking his list,
Yeah.
checking it twice.
Yeah.
Gonna see which liquor is naughty and which one is good price.
Yes, yes. Which one is a good price? So I might be coming home with lots of things to try.
Ooh. A few more episodes.
Yeah. Man, this is delicious. But I'm gonna put the cap on.
And so is this. Well, this with it.
Yeah, I like that.
And oh, I thought that was the cap.
No,
It's
it's
just
on there.
so what else is new? Working on the Cabana, trying to get it all cleaned up.
I have completed the.
Oh yeah, I need to see your little project.
Yeah. I've completed the shoring up the things. Bibby helped me with that, sort of. Bibby, come out here! Bibby, come out here! He's in his room with his headphones on playing video games. So we put up 9 of those, 2x6s, and then I put all the new lights in the appropriate places, and I wired it all,
Nice.
and it's all wired.
Did you order some speakers?
I ordered the speakers, I ordered the amplifier, I ordered 165 of those pine 8-foot
Yeah.
tongue groove. Those come on Saturday. It said like on the website, deliver tomorrow. And I'm like, cool. And I clicked it and I bought it and it said, we'll deliver Saturday. And I'm like, it's Monday.
So were they talking about like at the Home Depot or wherever?
Well, it said like pick up 58. They only had 58. And then it said delivery tomorrow, 384 or something.
Huh.
So I thought that meant they were going to deliver to my house tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, I'll get it on Wednesday.
It
They
lied.
lied. Home to blow lied. That's why they blow.
I haven't checked my Home Depot stock at all. I haven't checked any of my stock at all. Have
Really?
you?
Oh, well, I don't have very many stocks anymore because I sold it all for the house.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't have any. I have 4 things in my stock account. I have 2 things that were Russian stocks before they went into Ukraine that went to 0 because they got delisted. So I lost, and one of them was really good.
Oh,
it was
wow.
putting out an awesome dividend, and I had $1,800 worth of the stock, and it just went to 0 overnight.
Wow. That
So
sucks.
I have 2 of those that are showing 0. So my account is like minus 48% or something because of those 2 stocks.
So, okay, when the day before Trump said, okay, we're going to do the pause,
Yeah.
except for China, which good.
Good.
I'm happy about that.
Yes.
China just needs to go by themselves, be by themselves for a while. But anyhow,
Maybe for a while, yes.
but the day before he did that, he said, "Hey, you gotta buy stock. It's a good time to buy stock." So now people are trying to get him on insider trading. No, because you're always in stocks and stuff. But to me, I'm thinking, well, it's not insider if he's told everybody.
Yeah, if he's told everybody, it's not insider. But what the gist of it is he's making policy that affects the stock market.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so
Okay, but the other thing that this whole thing has shown me is, boy, there's a lot of crazy people that can affect the stocks.
Oh yeah.
Because, look, things happen, and they just panic and sell, or panic and buy.
Well,
it's weird.
Well,
stock isn't meant for a short-term thing.
Well, it is if you're a hedge fund. But that's the thing, right? It's like, this is why Warren Buffett famously has said things to the effect of, the stock price doesn't matter to me. It only matters on the day I buy and the day I sell. Everything in between, I could care less.
Right.
If I have a hold position for a certain reason, I don't care if the stock goes down. I don't care if the stock goes up. Right? And that's how most people should invest.
Right.
Either, and this is where people are like, oh, well, like people on the internet who are rich or are influencers say, oh, well, you know, you'll never get super rich by just putting your money in a fund. Which is true. You can't, 2,000x your money.
Right.
But most people don't have the whatever it takes to do that regardless.
Right.
So if you're not someone who can run a hedge fund or who can like start a business and 2,000x your money based on your business strategy, if you can't do that, the safest way is to just buy the index fund all the time.
Right.
Because it'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, it'll go down. And in fact, when it goes down, you should be buying more.
It's doing this.
Yeah, it's
all
doing
the time.
this. Right?
Well, and that's the thing is, you'll find that there are exceptions, obviously, but the majority of wealthy people, it wasn't overnight.
Well, A, it wasn't overnight, and B, super wealthy people did it in one thing. Like this is
Real
another.
estate.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be real estate, but this is another thing that is a common misconception that rich people say. Oh, well, you should diversify.
Right.
But most like super wealthy people did it in one thing, and they got super good at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To where they could leverage their entire whatever and become super rich. And then they diversified. Right? Like you shouldn't be like trying to start a plumbing business when you don't know anything about plumbing because you're trying to diversify.
What do you mean I don't know anything about
comparatively.
plumbing?
Like I know something about plumbing.
I know a lot about plumbing.
I'm sure
I have clogged so many toilets.
I'm sure you have. But you get my point,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So, someone like me, right, I've spent the last 20 years just putting money in my 401k to the point where I'm comfortable with where I'm at and still doing it. And now that I have a little extra money, now I can diversify into real estate or whatever. Right? But, I'm not super smart enough to start a business that can make me a billionaire. Right? Because I don't have any ideas. I'm lazy. Man,
I feel so lazy.
I feel lazy all the time. And everybody's like, what do you mean? You're like doing fish and trying to make cheese and smoking meats all the time.
Well, see, that's what Julie says about me. No, you're doing this, this, and this. Yeah.
But it's not productive. Financially.
Here's to losing financially.
But having an excellent time.
Yes. Pinkies up.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I think, and I always struggle because people that are my age that I work with that never got laid off when they were 30 and lost everything are so far ahead of me. Like, net worth wise. Potentially. I don't even know.
Right.
But I'm just doing the math in my head.
Right.
And if that never happened to me, like how way more well off I would be.
Right.
And so like I'm like I gotta save more money. I gotta find other ways to make money because I'm so far behind. And it's like a constant pressure on the back of my neck to just succeed. And I can't I don't know how to
It's hard to get that monkey off your back, man.
And even when I look at the stats, and it's like, I looked up this one stat, and it said people in my age range from 45 to 55. So me and Christina are in that range. the average net worth of these people is like 600,000. Okay? I have way more than that.
Wow, really? Already? See, this is why I set the alarm. It's real easy for time to fly.
Yeah,
Because
that's
you're
true.
way more than that.
But I'm like not cash. Like I don't have cash.
Right,
Right. But
right.
you know, when you add up like all
Net
your
worth.
investments, like, you know, we bought a second house that we're renting, like all these things. Like we're way better than average. So like I should feel good about that.
Right.
I should be like, oh man, you know, maybe I can take a vacation.
You should.
Maybe I can, you know, go play the stupid roof ball in Ohio and spend $1,000.
It's on my agenda. I'm gonna call.
You still haven't done it yet?
No, because here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. They've got a 6-foot beef vent. I cannot get it.
Oh, you can't find one anywhere?
No. And so
You have to make one?
I asked an HVAC dude today, and he said, no, there's just nothing out there that's 6 foot. It's 5 foot. So I'm going to call them.
You can call Adam and make sure 5 foot is okay.
No. I was talking to his parents.
Yeah, but the regulations for the home roof ball.
No, it has to be. No, but it has to be higher because of the 2 roof lines.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be a seam. That's all. It's
Oh.
just I'll have to do 2 3-footers because it's a 6-foot pipe.
Yeah.
And it's just been so frustrating.
Can't change the playing field.
I'm not changing the playing field. It's just visually there's a seam.
No, who cares?
I care, and I figured they would care. So I've been trying to get a 6-foot pipe. That's what she said.
Ooh, that's a big pipe.
That's a big pipe.
Dude, and the girth on that thing?
Yeah. It's a 6-inch pipe that's 6 foot.
Oh!
Yeah.
No, it's more than 6 inches.
No, it's
just
6. It's 6.
straight across.
I don't know how they measure it, but it's a 6, not a 5.
Okay.
That's not an 8.
So it's got to be across, though, because the circumference...
Trust me, I know it's not an 8.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You should clean that out.
What'd you do? You're going to get some of that.
Yeah. Because I don't want to drink all this. That's, But this 6-year whistle pig is easy to get. So easy to get.
Here's yours.
Thank you, sir.
Here's mine. Yeah, so I've got to call Susan
Yes.
and Andy.
Yes.
I need to call them.
Andy is the official. What is his LinkedIn says field maintenance. I don't know. I'll look it up because it's hilarious.
All I know is I feel really bad because we scheduled it in. Jason and I went out there, and I realized a 5 foot was not going to work. And so I said, well, I'll find you a 6-foot pipe, and
You
been
have
striking
failed.
out.
You failed. Andy, what's his last name? Miller.
There's probably one out there, but the problem is
Director of Facilities Services at Roofball Federation of America. Tell me that's not epic. That's pretty good. That's really good.
That's
Oh,
nice.
Look at that. Look at that. All in the green. Since 11:30.
Julie's been in the green for quite a while.
What's her green set at though?
I don't know.
Is it set at 180? Because the standard is like 180.
I don't know. All I know is that her A1C has been coming down.
What's her GMI? What's her GMI percent?
I don't know. So the GMI is from this, right?
But it represents the A1C.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Because she thought that was like her A1C, but then her doc said no, it's not. The A1C is a little bit higher. Because otherwise she was getting right down there to normal range.
All right, so my average glucose since I started this new sensor type, which is tomorrow evening will be 15 days, is 136, okay?
I wonder what mine is.
That's my average glucose, 136, which is
Okay.
high for someone who's not diabetic. But when I did my blood work, my average glucose for the last 3 months was 206.
Oh, that's not good.
No. So 206. Let's see.
And you haven't been drinking either.
Well, not
Except
as
for Tuesdays.
Tuesdays, yes, and then on the weekend. Oh man, this weekend, I had a glass like this size, but I put one of those big block cubes. You know those big block cubes that I had. Well, normally I'll put it in a glass like this size. It doesn't have the mountains, so it's
right.
And then I'll put the alcohol like just to the top of the ice, because then the ice cracks.
Ah.
So I don't know. It's just like a thing. Like let me fill it up till it cracks.
Right.
Well, there was this. Oh, I have to bring you the bottle. I have to bring you the bottle. Don't let me forget to bring you the bottle, because it's shaped like a pot still. It's a really cool bottle.
Oh, cool.
So I'll bring it. But there wasn't very much left, I thought. So I put the ice cube in there and I filled it, and it kept coming and kept coming, and it filled it like all the way to the top. And Christina was standing there looking like, "You're gonna drink all that?" I'm like, "Eh."
I have to now.
It must have been like 10 ounces.
Here's to I have to now.
Yeah. But other than that, like, I drank in Hawaii. For obvious reasons.
I can taste the difference.
Yeah, because this is rye.
It's also a little bit stronger than that, isn't it?
They're the same proof. 100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this has rye. Whistle Pig is known for its rye.
Okay.
And rye has a spice. So like
that's what I'm tasting.
It like effervesces on your tongue, right?
Right.
Like you know what? I don't know, effervescence is probably not the right word, but like
it sounds nice though.
It does. Like you feel it on your tongue, right?
I love effervescence.
I love rye. I love high rye. Like I was thinking, instead of buying a barrel of Jack Daniels, like I said, if I got a $10,000 bonus, there's this company in North Carolina called State Street Distilling something, and they're like a contract distiller.
Right.
Right.
I remember you telling me about it. Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, instead of spending $10,000 on a barrel of Jack Daniels, why don't I put that money into starting a liquor company and having these guys contract distill something I want to drink?
Exactly.
So maybe we'll spend $30,000, but we'll buy 2 barrels that we can sell.
Right.
And then I was thinking today, I was like, what if, because I like the high rye, and Christina likes the like bourbon, which is like no rye or low rye, right?
Okay.
So what if the logo was a camel, right?
Okay.
And my version was the high ride, and it was like RYED, and it was a dude sitting on top of the camel hump, right. And it was called High Ride. And then hers was the low ride, and she's sitting in the valley of a 2-hump camel. Come on, that'd be awesome.
All right, I'll give you that.
Completely lame, but I thought it was funny.
I like it. Well, and after a few of these, it's very funny.
It's very funny, yeah. So, yeah, I think there's going to be some CEO decisions this week. Hopefully, maybe there'll be some cuts, more cuts at work. Maybe.
All right,
we'll see.
As long as it's not you.
Yeah.
I need you as a neighbor.
The only way you wouldn't have me as a neighbor is if I had too much money. Like a new job gave me too much money. Like I had to move.
Right.
But I was thinking about this today because I saw this job. It was like in Georgia.
Right.
And it was a sweet looking job.
Oh, really?
It was like, it was business and people operations. So right up my alley. For a company that deals with licensing for sports. So
ooh.
NFL, NBA, WNBA, like right up my alley.
Again, right down your alley. Yeah.
Like I was like, and it's in Georgia, and I'm like I'm not fucking moving to Georgia. And Christina and I have talked about this. Like if I get laid off, and I have to take a job that's like hybrid, so you have to go in a couple times a week. Like if the money's right, I talked about, okay, like we want our kids to stay here.
Yeah.
So if I have to go to the office 3 days a week, or even 5 days a week, like I'll just like find some rando who has a room,
Right.
and rent it for $1,000 a month, and then I'll just fly back and forth every other weekend. Like
I've known a few people that have done that, where they live during the week over where they do the work. Now this was before COVID, so I don't know where they're at now. It's been a while ago, and they would fly back and be with the wife and kids for the weekend, and I'm just like, I couldn't do that.
Well, I don't want to do that.
No.
But
I understand necessity sometimes makes it so you do what you got to do.
And like, if I was 20, I wouldn't want to do that, right? But when you're pushing 50 and you only got like maybe
because when you're in your 20s, you're doing it like 3 or 4 times at least
a day.
Yeah.
But when you're 50, it's like
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like. Like, I don't want to be away from my kids, but I don't really have that much.
Oh, yeah, there's that, too.
Yeah,
kids.
There's that, kids.
Right.
But, you know, Bibby's almost, you know, he's grown.
I'm more into what makes kids than kids.
Yes. Yes. But from a work perspective, like, if something happened here, like, I'm only going to work another 10, 12 years maximum, right? So, if this job was super lucrative financially, and I could afford to rent a room somewhere and just work and then come home and then work, like I'd do it, right? To not interrupt everything else in my life.
Right.
Right. Did you hear that? You know who Mr. Beast is?
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel. Like, dude is huge.
Oh, really?
Huge. Like, he makes... Somebody offered him $200 million for his channel, and he said, I need a minimum $2 billion.
No!
That's how much he makes. Okay?
Wow.
He spends millions of dollars on each video.
Wow.
Okay, but he had this thing on Netflix or one of these channels, and it was like Mr. Beast Games, okay? And so it was like a huge competition. Like, one of the things he likes to do on his videos is like, have a competition and he gives away planes and islands and like
wow.
And he lives super modestly. Like, all the money that he makes just goes back into his company and making videos, right? He's super chill dude, from what I can tell. Of course, all you can tell is what he releases.
Right.
So the guy who won the Mr. Beast games got a check for $10 million.
Wow.
And no taxes taken out. And he was talking about this. Like, he was on some YouTube guy's channel, right? And he's like, and he lives in California. And the guy was like, dude, you got $10 million. Like,
get out.
Like, you should just leave.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, part of the reason I went on Mr. Beast Games is to bring light to this disease that my son has.
Oh, wow.
He's got some super rare disease. And he's like, so yeah, like, $10 million in California is a lot if I don't tithe to my church and donate to research for my son's thing. But if we just picked up and moved, like, we have a huge support system that we've built over the last 10 years. And I can't just give that away, even if I have to pay an extra $2.4 million just to keep it. Like, it's not worth it. That's kind of how I feel. Like, I'm not going to pick up and move my whole family. Now, if I have to suffer, right, and live somewhere for 4 or 5 days a week and then come home and fly and, like, hate my life for 4 or 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is, like, I'll do it.
Yeah, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do for the money.
Well, not just that, but when it comes to, the family. Because it's not just the money, but you want your kids here.
Yeah.
So.
They're happy here. Like,
right.
I mean, we're going to end up in Spokane, but
You said that so positively.
No, I mean it's the right thing to do.
End up in Spokane.
Well, I don't want to retire here. So that's the problem.
Well, yeah, Oregon's
Right.
not a place to retire.
No, it's why would I want to pay extra 9.99% on my retirement?
Right.
Unless I had a Cabana next door. But, you know.
See, when you move, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You got plenty of time. Well,
Okay.
I mean, niece is 9.
12 days.
Niece is 9.
Okay.
So, and she's in 3rd grade. So she's got 9 more years of school.
Okay.
And then we have to worry.
So what's Junior got in his mind about what he's moving on to?
Well, he's interested in avionics, apparently. News to me. But, so he doesn't really know what he wants to do. And so we said, okay, the plan is you're going to work and you're going to go to PCC because it's free.
Free?
Yeah, the Oregon Promise.
What?
Yeah. It's actually kind of cool. If I'm paying taxes here.
It's not cool.
Well, it is kind of cool, right? So, if you maintain a certain GPA and you go to community college, then they'll pay a certain percentage up to 100%.
What is his GPA?
Well, he got his car driving privileges back, so it's over a 3.0.
Oh. Okay.
So last year he ended at like a 2.9 or something. So he didn't get to drive until January. So, but you know, when you're in the program, you have to maintain at least a 3.0, I think, GPA. And so I said, okay, you don't know what you want to do. So I'm not going to send you to a 4-year university and waste money. Like I'm not going to let you take loans. Like that's I still have stupid expensive loans. So I don't want you to be my age with loans.
Right.
Right now, I had to do it because I was 30 when I got laid off, and I had to do something.
Right.
And it was like as much as I hate it, it was the best decision I ever made at that time. Because I wouldn't have the job that I have, or the salary that I have, or whatever. But
and you would not know feminine studies had you not taken that course.
I did not take feminine studies.
Oh, you didn't?
No, but I did take a religious studies class.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was quite interesting, actually.
I bet.
Yeah. I bet you think that
We'll have to talk about it.
It was a long time ago. But,
Anyways.
So.
That's what they always say. Oh, we're talking about anyways.
No, I don't remember that much. That's why I said anyways. Like, you want to dig into details, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember. So he's going to go to PCC for 2 years, and we told him, you have to work, and you can live here for free as long as you save 50% of your income. You have to work full-time and go to school. And 50% of your income goes to your stock account, and you can't move out until your monthly dividend can pay your rent.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. He seems pretty ambitious. He's like, yeah, so I'm going to save 50%, and then I'm going to save another 20% for just things that I need. Like this year, he had to do his taxes. So he worked in Alaska.
Right.
Well, Eddie didn't take out Oregon tax.
Right.
But he's an Oregon resident.
Right.
So he has to pay Oregon tax. So he got $48 back from the feds, but he had to pay $128 for the state. And then he had to pay, because he has a K1, because he owns 5% of the house business, and he had like $1,400 in revenue from his stock account.
Oh, wow.
And he had his pay, like, he can't do his own taxes. I'm not doing that. So he had to pay $200 to the tax lady.
Right.
Well, he doesn't have $328. He's like $53 in his account because he's not working. So we had to foot the bill. So I'm like, dude, like, you got to think about these things. So he was telling me, he was like, yeah, I'm going to save 50% like you said. That's a great idea. And I'm going to save another, like, at least 20% for things like this.
Right.
So, like,
that's good.
I don't know if he's going to do it, but he seems to.
Well, you know, Jordan, fortunately, he listened to us. because I basically said, look, man, you've been living on the cheap while you're in college. That's what you're used to.
Yeah,
So
you should
stay
continue.
that way
Yeah.
when you're in Microsoft.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the percentage is, but tons of his income goes towards savings and stock and
Well,
that kind of stuff.
like if I look at my paycheck, like my gross to my net is ridiculous. Like it's a huge differential. But you know, like I put maximum 401k, maximum SPP, like health insurance, like
Yeah.
So like there's a whole large amount that I never see. That's all like
Right, that's what we do as well.
yeah. So at the end of the year, you're like, I made how much? My check wasn't that big, right? But I made that much,
Right.
right? So
I remember one year, it was when we had Courtney, and I think it was the year that she had died, and I was starting Dr. Roof and everything. At the end of the year, the taxes, obviously we made money, but it all equated to us making $600 that year.
wow,
Yeah.
that was your taxable income, $600. Wow,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Oh, it sucked. It was really tough.
Yeah,
But, you know.
I remember the one full year that Christine and I were laid off, and we were having like pre-getting laid off, we would argue all the time about money because I was super anal about the budget, and we didn't really have that much money, and so every time like we would argue about spending this and spending that and whatever, right? So I was like, fine, fuck you, I'm not gonna track it anymore. And the year that we were laid off and we didn't have an income other than what's that when you get laid off? Unemployment? We both had unemployment.
I've never done unemployment.
I did it for 18 months
Oh, wow.
because it was during a period where they were extending it because a lot of people, the economy was bad. And because I was in school, they said you don't have to look for a job and you can finish school and collect unemployment.
Okay.
Okay, so and my program was 18 months. And Christina had unemployment for like 12 months. So we had unemployment. And then we had like the check that Intel paid me to go away. And then we had my 401k. But we spent, because I wasn't tracking and I wasn't being diligent, we spent like $120,000 in 1 year. And we had no money left. And I'm like, where's the fucking money? And I had to go back.
It's
And, like,
amazing how it disappears so easily.
Like when you're not tracking it,
Yeah.
like and
Yeah.
when at the end of the year I was like, listen, I don't want to say this to you, but it needs to be said. We didn't track anything the whole year, and we spent $120,000, and this was like 2011, so it was long time ago. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah. Look at this. All the money's gone.
Yeah.
Like we had $0 to our name. We owned like 1 square foot of our bathroom and had $0.
Right.
Like it could have gone really bad for us. And I was like, this is why I track every penny. Because when we don't, this is what happens. And I laid it out, and it was like a lot of stupid shit, house project. Like we did some house projects, but it's like we would have been way more conservative if we would have been tracking.
Right.
And ever since then, like we still fight about like the budget, but it's an important part of the process.
Oh, it is.
Right?
Yeah, Julie and I, our transition was, back in the day, it was, okay, this is what we can spend on this, and this, and this. And then you get to this point where you're making enough money that it's just like, okay, now the way we do our budget is, what did we spend? Oh, well, I guess I got to rein that in a bit more. You know, that kind of deal.
So we're not to that point, but we're to the point of every category of spending has a budget. Was that the water or you?
Yeah, it was the water.
It sounded like you.
No, it was the water.
So we have like 3 tabs on the spreadsheet. we have like, what does it cost to run our household? So mortgage, electric,
Right.
gas, car insurance, like that's in one tab.
Right.
That's kind of a fixed thing. Now it goes up every year, but it's kind of a fixed thing like yearly.
Yeah.
Then we have a tab of debt. So like student loans, car payments.
Yeah, we haven't had any of that.
Well, we have when we started, it was large.
Well, yeah.
And
yeah.
now we're down to like student loans and like one car payment. Right? So
Oh.
like that's all we have. And
So you got your house paid for.
no, house is in that what runs our household.
Oh, okay.
No, we still have a mortgage. I wish. But no. And then we have this other budget that's like put into different categories. So we have like gas for the car.
Right.
That's one column. Then we have like the grocery budget. So like all like Costco, Fred Meyer,
yeah.
like all of that. Then we have
Yeah, we got that.
we have the piano budget and the taekwondo
Piano?
budget. Yeah, for the kids. Like it costs money every month. Like
Does?
piano lessons.
Oh, lessons.
Right, lessons.
That's schooling.
Taekwondo.
That's
like,
schooling.
That's well,
Education.
sure. And then we have this other column which is like Amazon and like, and then we
I
have
love other.
and then we have a dining out budget, right? So like we try to stay within this budget, but we're to the point now where it's like we have a budget and we're really strict on the budget, and then it's like how much do we want to go over in this category this month?
Right.
Right. That's like your oh, we should rein it in a little bit,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So ours
You're
is ours is definitely like, and like,
A little bit more so we can end this.
oh, we're still recording. Oh,
Yeah.
geez. And our problem is, what's our problem? Oh, we have this column called, that we just did this year, called travel.
Ours is really bad.
Well,
Travel is our biggest
travel
budget.
and other. So we have like general spending. So it's like Amazon and like something that doesn't fit into like dining out or.
Well, that's like entertainment.
Yeah.
That's
well,
what I put Amazon in for us.
No, that's not entertainment for us.
Yeah, it is.
Because we order like.
No, for us, well, okay, yeah, we order stuff, but we also watch shows.
You pay money for shows? Why would you do that?
Streaming.
Well, we have a streaming category.
Right, that's what
So
I'm
it
talking
had
about.
well, but Amazon's not in there because Amazon Prime is like shipping, and you just
Yes,
get the TV.
but you also get the streaming.
Yeah, but I would buy it just for the shipping.
Okay.
So the fact that we get streaming, but we have this category that has like Disney Plus and Paramount Plus and Discovery Plus.
We don't do
and,
any of those.
well, the Disney Trio, so it's like Max and anyways, we have a whole like smorgasbord.
Right.
So we have one column where I put the budget, like what does it cost? Like NFL Plus, like I need that. So yeah, but the travel and other we did this year because I was looking like I want to go to these roof ball events. Christina and I have decided we should do like quarterly events where we like go to a hotel either here or somewhere else.
Yeah, nice.
And just have time just for us.
Yeah.
And like her 50th birthday is this year. Yeah, her 50th birthday is this year, I think. What year is it?
You need to get this down, bud.
It's her 50th birthday. So she wants to go to Hawaii. So like I'm like putting all this money in.
Yeah.
And so we have this category and we spent, and this is like travel and other. And other means like this project that I'm doing here. So I've already spent like $3,000
It adds up fast.
on this. And so it's like this month with like travel and taxes go in that category. We
Yeah,
got to pay
yeah.
like almost $5,000 in extra taxes on top.
Oh, really?
So writing those checks was
Yeah.
painful.
Unfortunately, my employees were having a difficult time this year, so I got money back.
You got money back.
Yeah.
Wow. I had to pay $3,800 to the feds and like just under $700 to the state
Yeah.
extra on top.
I don't
So-
know how it broke down state.
So
and fed,
this
but
month-
in the net, I got money.
So
back.
so I put in this column like $1,500 a month, right? For
Right.
12 months. Well, this month is like $9,000. So let's end on cheers to going over your budget because you can.
All right.
Because
The American way.
you won't go bankrupt having a tight budget.
Right. Cheers.